Lex Luthor, Morgan Sneaker Room. So much soul about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, about to sock the knees. Golden Goose is on dude.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flex Luthor, and none other than Morgan Sneaker Room. Today, guys, we are blessed with a guest. What's up and what's new and how you feeling, my guy?
Yeah, that was a little delay there, but it's all good. I'm sure it'll all shake out. Doing good, man. We just came back from the honeymoon the other day. Very incredible time. So we went to Jackson Hole, and they kept like advertising like, yo, you need to get the bear spray. You need to get the bear spray. And my wife was like, yo, do we need to get bear spray? I was like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not afraid of bears. I'm good. And until we saw a bear on the trail, and like, yo, we should have got the bear spray. Like, we saw 2 bears while we were out there. Like, if they decided they wanted to eat us, like, it was it was over for us. So yeah, everything's good. Everything was great.
Oh, that's your cue to do your intro.
Me, my bad.
No, you're good.
Thought you guys...
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little thrown off because like Flex froze, and then
yeah, he's a little choppy.
Yeah, he got a little choppy, so I was like, I don't know what just happened. So yeah.
What up, guys? It was a great weekend. It's finally sunny in Vancouver, so I had to spend some quality family time at home at the lake, enjoying the sunshine, and for once, not cloud cover. Anyone who lives in Portland, Seattle, Vancouver knows what the weather can be like out here.
So if you're hearing a voice you've never heard before, we have a guest today. Do you want to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are?
Yes, my name is Dion, but everyone calls me DP. I got the Dijon mustard growing up as a kid, so I go by my initials now. But I am the co-founder, CEO of SoleSavy. SoleSavy is, at this point, an entire ecosystem, end-to-end platform for people who love shoes, and really that's kind of the simple take on it. We give everyone a little bit across the board, from community to point of sale to help you buy product, and then kind of the end of the cycle in a marketplace. So there's a little bit of everything along the way for a sneaker collector to, again, enjoy sneakers and manage their collection and just have fun, which I think a lot of that is missing these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially on that fun part, man. Especially on that fun part.
Yeah.
But I know everybody's gonna know the name SoleSavy. It is ingrained in sneaker culture now. So we're going to start the way we always do with what was on feet today. Flex, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Before you say anything, Morgan, no, this is not what I wore today. With this pair of shoes.
Hoodie? Bro, I was going to say, bro, it's the summertime. You got to.
Yeah, anyway. So I went with the maroon 6s. One of my favorite pairs. Love the off-white cream color. I think this is before everything was cream. Now every shoe has a cream midsole. This is one of the first that I had in my collection. But yeah, maroon 6s. That was the pair for today.
Yeah, you went out looking like ketchup and mustard today, I see.
I just told you I didn't wear it.
So usually I've been wearing, because I've been teaching tennis. I've been wearing the Cascadia 18, but I put on a different pair of shoes today, ran some errands in a different pair of shoes. I wore the Kith. I forgot what this model was, but that Kith for Asics drop that they recently did. This is a brown and green colorway. Again, I do not remember the model, but it's one of those mesh, highly technical runners, not a gel 1130 or anything like that. It's one of the different ones. So this is what I wore today. Dion, what'd you wear today?
I did not leave the house today. Today was
what a great day.
Monday full of meetings, but I did wear my house shoes, my Batman Crocs, because nothing entertains a 4-year-old more than Batman shoes around the house. So I wear these for some comfort and also to keep my son amused.
I love it.
Yeah, my daughter, she's finally getting into I guess I ain't gonna say she's getting into sneakers because she's kind of always been into it, but like now she's asking those questions. Like, I actually want a pair of those. You know, before it was kind of like light up shoes and cartoon characters. Now it's like, what are those? I want some Nike shoes. So she's in her everything Nike phase right now. Yeah.
Yeah, mine just turned 4, and I gave him a pair of white cement 3s, and I said, "These are cool shoes." And now every time he like he's going somewhere and he wants to feel special, he's like, "I want my cool shoes today," because my wife's just like trying to throw on like Walmart slip-ons and shit because, you know, she doesn't want to tie them up. But like now he's asking, he's like, "I want my cool shoes. I want my Jordans." I was like, "Fucking rights, that's my boy. He's got it figured out now."
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't have kids yet, but when I do, like, I want to roll that Paw Patrol Batman sneaker phase as long as possible. But maybe that'll change. Maybe that'll change when I have my own kids.
He's still down. He's got his Lightning McQueen slides and you know, his Crocs. You know, he still likes that stuff. But white cement 3s on a 4-year-old just looks super.
Looks dope.
Yeah,
it looks dope.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, CEO, co-founder of SoleSavy.
Yes, sir.
Like, tell us how that kind of came about.
My first business in sneakers was Kicks Deals, which is still just basically like links to deals and where to buy shoes, and like that whole thing was, you know, early blog era of the internet. It was really simple. Yeah. Like you would just go to a website and you buy stuff. Like it wasn't overly complicated. You know, I think stuff would sell out, but again, it wasn't what it is now, which is honestly chaos. And I found that frustrating, and then I found out about bots, and I was like, well, this is unfair, and kind of botters to this day just keep jumping from category to category, right? It was tickets, sneakers, and now it's Pokemon or Stanley tumblers or Magic like Gathering, like whatever makes the money, right? They're bouncing around. So when sneakers kind of hit that going into the pandemic peak, it was really frustrating, and I wanted to build something that empowered just the regular consumer. I still don't think it's fair that anyone should spend their hard-earned money overpaying for anything, but that is where we are at. So we're just trying to make some tools and an ecosystem that helps folks, and that's what we've been building now for 7 years, coming up in a month. So it's been a hell of a journey.
I can tell you, Kicks Deals has been a lifesaver for me in the past. It's been definitely a lifesaver. Like SoleSavy, same thing, man.
Nice.
Like
that's awesome.
Because I think a lot of sneaker places, or like I shouldn't even say sneaker places, like the StockX's and the GOATs, or the people who are trying to resell sneakers, are kind of banking on the fact that people don't know how long sneakers are sitting for retail, or even less than retail. And I think it's very helpful to have people and tools who are like, no, like don't go to GOAT and StockX and eBay right away. Like you can get this dope shoe for, you know, $89 shipped or whatever. Like, I think, you know, those probably got me, you know, your sites probably got me started on like looking for steals any chance I got. Yeah,
it's just been so interesting to see how like the consumer landscape has changed, and I blame COVID for all of it. For the worse, I would say, because it's just kind of like I felt like people had an identity in their like collection before, and it's not to say that there isn't that identity now, but it's very much like if you made one like overarching statement, you would say it's kind of like curating a hypebeast collection, right? It's like rails, and you don't really see people, you know, building out the niche stuff, the $89 stuff. It's just like grails are nothing now, and I think a lot of that's to blame on the algorithm. With like, we can dive into that, but it's just like I miss seeing the niches and the independents, and like people being like, I got these for $50 and these are sick. And now that just that doesn't happen anymore.
No,
because it's not cool. No. It's a $50 shoe on Instagram. Like it's just not. It doesn't do views. It doesn't do clicks. It just doesn't do anything for anyone. And that's why I blame the algorithm.
And do you think that this is more of like the people who recently got into sneakers, which is fine, right? Like, I think it's cool that people got into sneakers during COVID, but I feel like it's the younger generation of sneakerheads who are coming in and think, okay, boom, like all these other people have these great collections. I need to hurry up and like get an Instagrammable collection right now. And even if that means they have to overpay.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of money people spent through the pandemic and they just regret now is crazy. But it is definitely the younger generation. And I said this a lot on our end. Is just kind of like, I'm 37 this year. I had to pause and do the math. Turning 37 this year. And I've said this before. It's just like, I'm going to be 40 and then 45 and 50. My consumption and pace and need is slowing down and will continue to slow down. Cause like, I don't need, like, I just saw my Carmines and I'm like, I think they're coming back next year.
Again?
Really? Yeah, for sure.
Really?
45s, they just came back. Like, I'm in the cycle of, I had that in the last 5 to 10 to 15 years. Do I need the other one? I don't wear that one enough. And I just find myself skipping more and more releases. So I'm fading out, not out of a lack of love for footwear, just kind of repetition of buying the same things over, like retros, right?
Yeah.
And the younger generation is just only chasing the hype, and they never have had that opportunity to build out. Like, I have 30 pairs of Flyknit racers in my collection. I love that shoe. I wear that shoe in the summer. I still want Nike to bring that shoe back, but you're not getting the younger demo finding a love or interest for something else, or like what defines them. And I just don't know how they're going to find their way when I feel like the StockX price tag of a shoe now is like the number one factor for everyone on the quality and the value of the shoe. I'm not saying I strive for that or we all do. I'm just saying, like, as a generalization, that is what's like leading the way right now. And you see that with brands. You see that with the designers, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, my shoe's $600 on StockX. I did it. And I'm just, okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's problems with all that. There's problems with the resale aspect of it. Like, I think all the problems that exist in sneakers right now come back to the value of a shoe from a collector's perspective. And I think sneakers is young enough that the culture has not figured it out. I think other trading cards has figured it out. It's been obviously for years, decades, right?
Right.
Like a niche and something between collectors, etc. But we just haven't figured that out. And there's just a weird rift of, I would say, like, boredom at this point. Like, most people see it boring right now in shoes.
I think we've heard that a lot, right, Flex? Like, sneakers is boring. With us, I think Flex and we really pride ourselves on the steals, right? Like, the story I tell a lot on here is the pair of Reebok and Bodega Infiltrator tweeds that I got on eBay for $6 that were like near dead stock. It's those, and with the younger guys, like, we just don't get that anymore. I was talking to a tennis player today who was telling me about their trip to New York and Flight Club and like spending a certain amount of money on a pair of shoes. And I'm just like, yo, like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you spending that much on sneakers, bro? Like, well, I know I'm not the one to talk, but
well, I mean, look, we all spend money on shoes. It's just, but that's the problem. Like, when you're constantly being shown, again, on social media, on the algorithm, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the hell it might be, just the repetition of Travis Scott's and all these certain things, it's just, and you've grown up on that. I didn't grow up on that, right? I grew up on, like, being influenced by things, again, blog era of the internet, right? It was cool to be exposed to everything, but it was also very cool to just, like, have your lane and appreciate what you appreciate and just build yourself up independently because of your own taste buds. Whereas now, man, it's just, like, hyper focused on the same things, on virality, on just a lot of times I open up Instagram and it's like, here's how to trend, start with a book and then do this and then do that. And, it's nauseating. It's absolutely nauseating. Yeah. And like, if it wasn't for SoleSavy, I don't think I would be on the internet at all. I'm not, I have an Instagram account. I deleted my Twitter account because I just could not stand that place anymore. Even though,
Bro.
even though Twitter made my life. I have so much to thank for early days of Twitter for my career and everything. But I could not be there anymore. So it was sad to delete my account. But I just find the internet exhausting at this point, and like everyone needs to go outside and touch grass. And I'm praying someone comes out of somewhere with like an actually good social media platform that we can all just kind of enjoy and connect with people on the internet. But I have a feeling not a couple billion, tens of billions of dollars of meta will stop that from happening, unfortunately, at this point.
Yeah, I thought Blue Sky was going to take off. I really thought Blue Sky was going to take off after the election.
That's tough.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about politics on here, though. Not allowed to talk about politics. So.
No, it's not even about politics. It's just kind of
There
like
you go.
Twitter's it has nothing to do with politics. It's just like it's dead. It's over. It's like you're holding on to dear life on Twitter right now if you're still enjoying it. And I see that in analytics, and everyone sees that, and it's just it's not fun. Instagram is just too curated, too algorithm. TikTok has like a sense of authenticity because like it can be raw on there, but it's still like there's so much like of the viralness of it that makes it hard. Yeah. I just would love a place where we could all come online and not hide behind internet personas, because I think like making a username and just saying whatever shit you want it's just like number one problem. But but it's tough. We were not ready for the internet, and God, we are not ready for AI. And
no,
it's crazy.
I'm not looking forward. I'm young enough to like be able to handle the internet. I'm not looking forward to the AI era for anyone like above 45.
No, even now, like I have to like really stop. Yeah, I have to really like. I feel like because I'm 33, and so I feel like I'm good at like, okay, this is garbage. Like this is a garbage news story, Grandpa. Like stop sending this to me. But even with the AI, man, I'm like, yo, am I tripping right now? Like, oh no, that person has 6 fingers on one hand.
Especially with the videos now too, man. My mom will say something like, hey, did you see this in Florida? And she shows me the video. I'm like, bro, that's AI. You gotta quit. I'm taking away your Instagram for a month, because like she'll send me some crazy stuff, because she was tripping about the whole the boating video, the lady like jumping out of the boat and like the whole boat like flips over or something like that. She's like, you see this? I'm like, that's not real, bro.
Well, and like that's like I don't even. I'm sure it's going to create problems. Someone's going to make a story or a video or something that's just going to be so hyper realistic it blows up, right? But it goes back to like reps being acceptable with some people, because they want to wear the thing. Like I can't even wrap my brain around having a sensible conversation about it, because it's just so illogical to me.
We tried.
We've tried. And it's crazy. It's crazy the things people will say. Like speaking of Twitter, we just recently posted a video, and we had like a whole conversation about sneakers being something that was supposed to bring us together, and it seemed like it's divided us more. Yeah. And it amazed me. It amazed me how many people quoted that tweet and was like, there is no such thing as community in sneakers. And I'm like, wait, so there's never been a community? There's no culture? Like, what are we, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Look, it's obviously been there. It still exists. Yeah. I just think it's harder to find a safe space or a good space to enjoy that. And I think part of it is just like someone can't be like, yo, this is a dope shoe. Another person is reaction like, it's kind of whack. It sucks. It's not Travis Scott. Like, it's just, it feels like there's no middle, right? And
I think I see those spaces on Facebook, to be honest with you, like
pockets, right?
Like Facebook and groups that have been around for like over 10 years.
ATF.
Yeah, right. Like New Balance. Oh gosh, like New Balance lifestyle forum, whatever. Like where it's been around and
subreddits. Like it's
it's there, but it's
homies,
But those groups also don't want the newer sneakerheads in, because they know that that's what's going to. That could bring down the vibe.
Yeah, that's like it's interesting you say that, because like when we were growing the business, that was like the biggest challenge, which is like, how do you let more people in without ruining kind of the community aspect and the culture that's built it? And like one of the things, like for like the first 2 years, like we freaking interviewed everyone who joined. Like you had to go through like a 10-minute onboarding or answer questions, and we were trying to find ways to like just mitigate that. And like it turned out one of the simplest questions we could ask is, are you joining to resell shoes for profit? That simple question like eliminated 99% of our problems, because resellers were like, yeah. And I was like, banned, right? They would just like lock their account instantly, not let them in. Because that was like a common differentiator of like, are you a part of what we're trying to do and the type of people we have here, or are you not, right? And like that community exists, right? It exists within SoleSavy, and that's within a paid wall, because I felt like the only way to create an honest environment and barrier on the internet was we were all in it to some degree, and you paid to be a part of the club, right? And we do a lot more other than the community, but like that has stayed tried and true since. And we have so many people, thousands of people who have been with us since 2018, which is crazy to say, and I want that more. It's just, and I think it goes back to what you were saying, to have that succeed in the current landscape, you have to sell out to some degree, right?
Yeah.
That authenticity of the culture does not float above the algorithm. It
right.
will not beat it right now.
Correct.
Unless culturally we all decide we care about other people more than ourselves, but it's not the case. It's not the case with the internet. It's just always going to be clout chasing. And,
well, I mean, and we tried that on TikTok. So our background is, we started on TikTok, and I think Flex, you've said that you started making videos about sneakers because you saw a space that was very much like what you're talking about, like very much like clickbait and clout chasing and stuff like that. And so we started bringing, we started this like most diverse, like who's got the most diverse sneaker collection, and we would be like going back and forth and stuff like that. And that's kind of how we got started, and that took off for a little while. And now the algorithm has swallowed us whole. Like it did not want to see that anymore, which is fine.
But that's one of the other problems.
Right.
With the algorithm is trends, right? And I think why we have a hard time kind of creating our own style, defining it. Is like, man, the internet is regurgitating and spitting out new trends and moving on from them so freaking fast. Like the boots only summer thing, I'm just sitting out. I got a wide foot, don't care. Like I'm not fazed by it. I'm not having it right now. I'm a wide footer.
You talking about the soccer boots, or the
soccer boots.
But how long is anybody still even doing that, or was that like?
No, it's like
that seems like a year ago.
It's happening. It is at peak right now, and I'll blame the World Cup. It'll probably keep going until the World Cup.
That makes sense.
The Samba kind of started it, but it's just like it's look, every 3-6 months there's like a new it thing, right? And chasing that is really, really hard. And especially if you're chasing that to try to be on trend and try to be cool, then you just 6 months, 9 months, a year passes by, and you're like, why do I have that? Can I sell that? And then no one wants it for even $30. Versus, hey, I'm curating my collection because I wore that. I like that Ultra Boost because they're comfortable, and I got engaged in that Ultra Boost. That's a personal thing for me. That's why I have this specific pair of Ultra Boost still in my collection, because it means something to me. So whether that shoe,
what pair is it? What pair is it?
OG Ultra Boost, just like
the cream first one.
No, it wasn't cream. It was like I can't remember the name. My wife, she doesn't care. It actually might have been the cream one. It might have been the cream one. Yeah.
That did numbers back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. But I wore that all around when we got engaged and took photos. And again, that's probably worthless right now, but it never crosses my mind to care or think about it, because that shoe means something to me. Versus like my worst purchase, Claw Air Force One, black silk. Bought it at peak stupidity. 650 USD. It was like 1,000 Canadian at the time. And I'm like, those are dope. I have to have those.
Yeah.
And now I look at them and I'm like, I don't care. I wish I could get $650 back, but guess what? I'd be lucky to get $250 back. Right.
Yeah.
And that's like that right there is like the whole problem we got swallowed into it through the pandemic, which was just like consumption of things. The wrong reasons. I think you can consume for the right reasons, but a lot of us lost our way.
I don't know how the pandemic in Canada compared to the United States. I imagine it was similar and better, maybe.
We believe in science up here.
Say it again.
We believe in science up here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not allowed to talk politics.
Science is science.
Yeah. Hey, look, my degree's in biology, man. So I was in school at the same time. So
it was the same. We had the lockdowns the same. We followed the same protocols. Canada's very much like the US. We're so close on the border. Currencies and culture similar. We say A, and
we eat poutine.
I do not eat poutine, and I don't watch hockey. I'm a terrible Canadian, but that's what happens when you immigrate.
It's okay. It's all good. But I like my experience I feel very fortunate, first of all, for my COVID experience, but I'm a Navy veteran, and so I was getting paid to go to school. I was also teaching tennis, which happened to be the safest sport to play during COVID. Because you're literally socially distanced. And I was driving like Uber Eats in my free time. And I just felt like I had a lot of disposable income with not much to do. So
everyone,
right?
I imagine that's why. And I get it. Like, I know a lot of people lost their jobs, and it was terrible for a lot of people, but me personally, and I think a lot of people shared this experience, it was a pretty, I don't want to say good time. I'm not going to say good time.
It was a weird good time.
Yeah, right?
Very unique. Everybody had unique experiences with COVID.
Yeah. And I think part of what the negativity I had towards it was like, are we ever going to go back to somewhat normal? And we kind of did.
Yeah.
But
we did for sure.
Yeah, like I just think that experience of I have money in my pocket. What else am I going to spend it on? Like, let's buy the shoes.
I mean, look, it wasn't just sneakers, right? It was watches, trading cards. My God, the amount of people who spent tens of thousands of dollars on or even thousands of dollars on like a Zion rookie card, which is now worth like $20.
Yeah.
The L's were stacked across everything because it was scary. You were stuck at home. You couldn't really do anything. And the most important thing is you couldn't travel, and you couldn't go out for dinner, and you couldn't just do activities that were taking up your money. So the only way to fill that void was like things.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the reasons why sneakers is struggling right now the most out of other kind of categories of, let's just say, collectibles and things people are passionate about. Is people are traveling again, and that money's going to go towards a vacation or an experience, right? Whether that's a concert. Yeah. Beyonce charging literally $1 billion for her shows at this point. But it's going there, right? And sneakers is not recovered because it didn't have the foundation that like other collector spaces had, right? And I like in trading cards because it was more mature and more established, and it's just kind of back. Pokemon's back. Everyone's kind of coming back except for us because we just don't have our way. And that problem is like you can't appreciate a $100 pair of shoes without it being
right.
It goes back to the same problem, right? Resellers are. I don't even want to say resellers are the problem to blame for it. I genuinely think the problem is the fact that every shoe has like a defined price, and that's so scary. It just brainwashed people.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like resellers, I feel like at one time they might have been a problem, but now I'm a little more accepting to the resellers now. It's like, they're here. You're part of it. It is what it is. I feel bad for
them. A lot of them had to start flipping burgers.
I mean, look, hey, there's a consignment shop model which was just like never going to survive because you could see it from a mile away that when this crashes, they're fucked, and that's exactly what happened to every shitty little consignment store entrepreneur had to shut down in the mall. But like I always likened it to like Index, PDX in Portland, been around, and I'm sure everyone's got a local shop like that that's been around prior to all this, right? Decades. I knew I could go to Index. I could have a conversation with someone who knew something about shoes, who was willing to kind of work with me on it, who I also knew, like from Portland Index. It was coming from another collector. That was a resale shop. I had no problem going in there. I had no problem spending my money with them. That's like the type of resale that I'm okay with. And I'm also okay with you as a collector to resell something because, like, you bought it, you own it, you're tired, you're moving on, whatever the reason might be.
Right.
There's reselling your own collection or valuing it for what it is, and then there's like the exploitation of the product. That's where I draw the line, right? So it's like, hey, I bought it 100 pairs, fuck you. Hey, I bought Travis Scott, whatever, and I'm going to sell it because I want to buy the brick by brick 4s. Cool. Good for you, man. Like, it's your shoe, it's your collection. That's totally reasonable. And I just wish StockX wasn't in the middle of it, to be honest with you. I think that it's just like we fed this giant beast that owns everyone, owns Nike. Like I was saying, you can Google a shoe and the first 2 search results are going to be StockX and GOAT. And I'm just sitting here like, why is there not a Nike archive of everything we've released where I can go look at it and be like, oh, Jordan 4, military blue 4s, Nike.com. Well, we're sold out, but hey, here's the other thing you can buy. But instead, that's what StockX is doing. Like, that's crazy to me. That's just that's such bad, everything.
I remember StockX feeling like, oh yeah, this is like this new tool for sneakerheads where, like, if you have a pair of sneakers you're ready to move on from, you can go ahead and sell them there. And now it's become, like you said, it's this behemoth. I don't even check StockX anymore. And I rarely check GOAT. I used to be a big GOAT. I was a big GOAT guy for a while, but even they've become kind of StockX-y. So if anything, if I can't get it for retail, I'd do eBay.
A lot of people reverted back that way. It feels and personal. And
there was a long time that I didn't mess with eBay at all. Once they added authenticity, like I like the personal, like being able to talk to the person and I say gaslight them to giving me the price they want. It's just more or less the truth.
But like, that's like when we built our marketplace, I was like, okay, we're definitely not going to charge any fees to anyone who's a member. If we're charging any fees, it's going to be minimal. We charge 3% if you're not like part of the membership. But it was just like, I wanted to not be involved, but also provide people the opportunity to connect with each other, right? Like, you can go right now, you can see my entire collection, you can message me, you can deal with me directly. We'll handle the funds, we'll handle the transaction, we'll handle the authenticity, but it's just like, we're almost not there. And it's just like 2 people, full names. You have to get it right. You have to verify your ID to use our marketplace, which scares off still a lot of people. But I'm just kind of like, look, if you're going to sell shit, own up to who you are, right? And this is identity verification in marketplaces is like coming more commonplace, but I still think, I don't know if you guys have tried Collect. I still think Collect is an amazing product, but StockX and GOAT are just so massive. It's just like, I don't even want to deal with, I don't even think I could. Like, if I had $100 million, I still think it wouldn't be enough money to catch up. Like it just, they've won, but they've lost at the same time, And you see that
they lost their soul.
Well, you see that with StockX especially because they're like, hey, we'll sell freaking anything under the moon. And GOAT, the farthest they went is like streetwear. I think they bought Grailed. Yeah, they bought Grailed. But yeah, it's just kind of like eBay. You go back to eBay, it's like there's a little bit more personal aspect to it. You can message someone, you can talk to them about it. It makes me feel better about paying more for something than I should personally.
100%. Yeah.
Because I know it's going in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I believe that there are times you buy things on StockX and GOAT and it's going directly into Nike's pocket.
In what way?
Like, I think, well, I mean, hasn't it been like not proven, but aren't there allegations that like Nike will put some of their product on GOAT or something like that?
I think it's Foot Locker. It's Foot Locker. It's either
Foot
Foot Locker's
Locker.
back in stocking. It's either they're back in StockX or GOAT.
Foot
One of those.
Foot Locker unfortunately invested $100 million into GOAT in in a year, in the last 5 years, maybe 19, maybe 20. It might have been right before the pandemic. And I'm laughing because they should have spent that money on making their website better and building a better experience for their customers that they wouldn't have had to have sold for pennies on the dollar to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Right?
Yeah, it was Foot Locker sold to Dick's for, I can't remember, it was 1 or 2 billion, but like the per store math was embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 billion, but it was Foot Locker, which was crazy. And I remember at the time saying like, Nike can't be okay with this because so what? And I remember Foot Locker was like, one side of the store we're gonna we're gonna go get your Jordans, and the other side of the store we're gonna have consignment. And it's just like, you're fucking kidding me, right? I'm gonna walk 15 meters to profit off of you guys.
Yeah,
and that brands are supposed to be okay with this, and obviously like Nike wasn't okay with it because they pulled back on Foot Locker. Yeah, and they gave it to JD Sports, and JD Sports is booming and came and bought Finish Line. Like,
we're buying everything, bro. JD Sports is cleaning house.
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah.
And then like Foot Locker bought Atmos and fucked that up. I don't know how you fuck up one of the most noteworthy brands in the world.
Yeah.
And can't manage to run 4 stores in the US. And thankfully Atmos Japan's still doing well, but somehow managed to mess that up over here.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate for us because we lost like the collabs, a key player. Atmos is dope. Like, it's crazy.
Atmos is incredible. I remember when Ubik became Atmos USA.
Yeah.
And then Atmos USA just disappeared. It didn't, but I loved Ubik. I loved Atmos. I still love Atmos. It's unfortunate. I'm
going to start the petition and bring Ubik back. I feel like
I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's time. But this kind of goes into my next question. Like, how do we get the kids? I shouldn't even say the kids because it might not necessarily be kids, but how do we get people to care about sneakers outside of just what they're worth? You know, and maybe that's $1 billion question.
That is a multi-billion-dollar question because I go back to the problem is just surfacing that content or that storytelling or whatever you're creating out of the algorithm is just, I don't know how you would do that, right? Because people's attention span is so finite. You know, you're going through the feed. You got like we're running an ad on Instagram right now for our store, and it's like a video, and the hook rate is something they defined on like how many people can you hook and how long does it take to hook them, and it's like you have 4 seconds, and our hook rate's 56%, and like that people are like, that's really good. You got 56% of people stop within 4 seconds and keep watching, and I'm just kind of like, that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. When you think about storytelling, that's not the stuff that everyone recognizes. It's just a really simple question. Are they going to stop and look at my Batman Crocs?
Right.
Maybe because it's a Batman. You see the Batman logo, you might stop. But like, are they going to stop on the ASICs you just showed? Right. It's nondescript. I didn't recognize the model. How do you get someone to stop for that?
Yeah. I mean, that is the issue that I always think, I definitely ran into on TikTok. I would imagine Flex ran into the same issue on TikTok because I did a series called 365 Days of Sneakers. And for a year, I showed a different pair of sneakers in my collection. Like, for a while, like I said, it did great, but then, it stopped getting traction because it's like people don't want to see an ASICS from 2012 that like, a Gel Light 3 from the 25th anniversary. Like, a lot of people didn't want to see that anymore.
Yeah. Like, one of the things I'm personally trying to do just because it makes me feel better is like follow people who are doing unique things. So when I see content that comes down my feed and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. 2,000 followers, great. I'm just gonna hit follow because like we need to empower those people who are just starting to create content, who are trying to find their niche. So I want to reward people who are trying to be a little bit different. Because if I don't, we're just feeding the same old beast.
Yep.
So it's like, and it's been one of the reasons like I'm always happy to chat about sneakers, SoleSavy with whoever, whatever platform, wherever it might be, because we have to give back, right? It's not just about I want to be on CNN or ESPN or whatever. There's no sneaker equivalent. I just, when you see that Athletic talking about sneakers, it's funny to me.
Yeah.
But you have to, I go early blog era, anyone could make a blog, anyone could write, anyone could get traction. We got to get back to that. And it's just so freaking hard.
Yeah.
It's so freaking hard, man. It will come. Or the world will end. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. I had to ask myself, like, who do I want to think I'm cool? Like, do I want the everyday person who, like, they think Travis Scott's are the best pair of sneakers ever and the Panda Dunks are the worst to think I'm cool? Or do I want the people who are into the same things that I'm into? Do I want them to think I'm cool? And at first it was like, I want everybody to, but that's just not possible. So now it's like, I want the people who are into the same stuff I'm into to like really rock with me. Like people who really love sneakers and maybe they don't like Asics and New Balance and stuff, but they have an appreciation for everything. Like that's what I want to appeal to as a content creator, as a sneaker enthusiast.
Yeah. No, yeah. I agree.
Yep. So I mean, we kind of strayed away from the SoleSavy. So let's get back there. We talked about the tools that we can use on the app. Do you feel there's any tools that you guys offer that are underutilized that could actually be very game changing for sneaker collectors, sneaker lovers, consumers?
I mean, look, I think the Drops app is amazing. It's made my life as a busy dad, business owner, a lot simpler, which is like, I favorite the shoes I want. I get the alerts that I want. I set my keywords and I can wake up, especially now, a minute before release. It's, 6:59 a.m. PST because, the West Coast crowd has it tough. And just fire up my phone and buy shoes, right? We make it really simple, that kind of one-click aspect. And I think a lot of people just don't understand the restock nature of things, late shipments, sneakers. It's one of our models is your first option should not be Nike. Like, it should not be a sneakers app. That should be your last option, right? Because you can control your own destiny from other stores, and especially the stores that kind of come through our system. So I think technology is great. We didn't have a free trial for the longest time, so you had to pay to try it. But like, you can literally get a whole week of free premium features in the app. So it's just like, if you got a release coming up, you've never tried the Drops app, or anything SoleSavy, I think it's a great opportunity to one-click checkout and pay. And that was inspiration, right? When we started, I was like, okay, if people can bot something like instantly to checkout, why can't we build the same thing, except for at the end, you got to pay. You got to trigger the payment, right? Because to me, it's like scary to like auto pay anything. If you just want one thing, auto checkout is like, hell no, right?
Yeah.
But if we can take you from like point A notification to, hey, just hit Apple Pay, or in this case, Shop Pay Now, and you're like one-click checkout, that's a beautiful place to be, and that's ultimately what we built, and took some inspo from bots, but hey, it's still a human hitting checkout at the end, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fantastic app. The Drops app. I haven't used it.
It is. It's great. It's cheap. Again, we have been lowering our price every year since we started. Our premium membership used to be $330 a year. It's down to $120. The Drops app, I think, is down to $45 a year just for the app. The premium gets you everything. While everyone's been raising their prices, we have been the crazy people lowering their prices, because I just want more people to be able to enjoy the platform and enjoy footwear, join our community, make their lives less stressful, and that, no one should be like just hating themselves or hating sneakers because they're so frustrated. That's like when you've gone too far. It's just like we've lost the plot.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think about the early days of the sneakers app, and you needed the verification code to join it, and it was like, they were talking about like, oh, you're guaranteed like to get your pair if you got the verification code and stuff like that. And this was back in 2015, 2014. And now it's like, it's turned into this, like you said, it's lost the plot. It's this totally different monster where like the running joke is obviously, if you got, like, you're not going to hit on sneakers. Like you could miss something on sneakers that you could go walk into the mall and find a full size run.
Yeah.
Like it's a joke.
The sneakers team app, everyone, they didn't build it for what it ended up being. So they were just chasing their tails, and I had heard horror stories of how they were piecing it together that I will not repeat. But it's definitely not as sophisticated as they wanted, as anyone would imagine. It's obviously gotten better, and like they're trying, but yeah, sneakers app was meant to be something totally different, and then it turned into like the only way to get something from Nike, which hella scary, especially when you've got kids. I say kids because all the botter guys are all like 20.
Yeah.
But like it was it still is very profitable to build a bot that automates the checkout on anything. The thing right now happens to be Labubus on Pop Mart.
Yeah.
3 months ago was any Pokemon drop. Right now it's Labubus. In 3 months, I have no idea what it will be, but it will be something else.
Yeah.
No, who knows?
The Labubus are going crazy. Like I'm gonna wait and see like if people are still talking about Labubus in 3 months, and maybe I'll get one. I don't see the appeal of them right now.
Hey,
I'm cool. I'm cool on
We are running a promo right now. Spend $130 on Pop Mart in our store, and you get a free Labubu. So if you know anything about Pop Mart, it's a nice promo. Although we're getting a little bit low on everything, but yeah. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time for sneakers, and
for sure
seeing the consignment shops making Labubu content just makes me laugh.
It's crazy. It is.
They're
crazy.
hanging on. They're against the ropes,
bro. I seen one where a guy pulls up to a mansion and there are like 8 cars. He like sold my latest Labubu for 100 for like 1K to this big boy. I'm just like, what is this? What is this? Like it's crazy to see.
It's painful. I guess to go back to it, there's pockets of amazing like groups and communities and culture within sneakers. I think the bigger picture, the bigger level culture community is just like not there because it's fragmented and broken, and the algorithm, again, we've said it enough times, is kind of there to blame, and I don't know what will get us through it. I don't know, but I think if you have a sub pocket of people, whether again it's a subreddit or a Twitter group or Instagram group or again whatever it might be, SoleSavvy, anything else, just hold on to dear life, enjoy it, because the algorithm will try to crush all of us until we're all we all look the same, act the same.
Yeah,
I was gonna say on the same For You page, so everybody's on the same thing. Yeah, but I mean, as we talk about trends and how things are just fast, like it's a fast changing environment. What is the evolution of SoleSavvy look like? Are we going to see more tech, more sneakers, or just a new product in general?
Yeah, I would argue what we've built is probably ahead of its time. Yeah. Like, I think it's almost too advanced for people sometimes, and needs to be simplified. No, I don't think we're gonna change much, because I think what is there, I don't think much needs to change. I could argue there's parts of like a loose AI. It would be nice to get recommendations for things I like, or have things purchased for me that I like because I'm too lazy to go do it. Like, there's some form of like AI automation that I think could benefit sneakers, but we're still trying to figure out so much shit. I'm not even going to get to that, because I think the biggest problem you have to solve is kind of people and connecting people. So I think that would be my biggest focus is like, I think the technology is there. How do we bring more people into the mix who have the same mindsets, who want to build their collections, who just want to talk to other people who are the same. And, you know, just, I think that might just be in person. The internet is tough. I really don't know.
Yeah.
The internet is tough.
The internet is extremely tough. To your AI point, I think at this point in time, having AI that like just automatically suggests like, hey, we really think that you would like this drop, I think that'll like freak people out in 2025. I think, you know, I think maybe 2026, 2027 will be more used to it and numb to, you know, our...
That's the thing, like, I really like Mizuno right now, and it has a lot to do with just like having been to Japan a couple of times in the last 5 years and seeing it on foot there a lot, and like it's super comfortable. I like the style. And I can't keep up with Mizuno enough because it's not cool here in North America, right? So it's hard to get it on my feed. It's hard to just be exposed to more of it. Obviously not as available here. You know, it would be cool if my AI sneaker homie I was just like, hey man, I want more Mizuno. When there's Mizuno out in the world, like I need you to present it to me and show it to me, right?
You know what? If that's the case, if you actually like type it in, like if you make like a request for AI to do that for you, I think that would actually be dope.
Yeah. Or you know, in our marketplace collect, all 500 of my shoes, I'm down to 450. All 450 of my shoes are up there. You can see them. I would have no problem being like, you know, AI, you know, digest this, see what I'm into. You can tell I like shoes with more color, not black and white, more runners, less high tops, whatever. Give me recommendations for new releases that like might fit my style. Like that's a cool use of AI.
Yeah.
So I think that would be an interesting thing to develop. But again, like I just don't think we're ready for that. And like I just, it's just too much. People are still really simple and yeah.
I've actually tried that. I used a different app to kind of catalog my sneakers, and I tried finding ways to feed that to ChatGPT and saying like, you know, can you categorize my shoes or whatever, and it just wasn't able to. It's just not there yet.
No,
but I think that's a fantastic idea. Like utilizing AI in that way to kind of just be more of like a personal assistant.
Yeah. Personal
shopper
for
sneakers. Yeah. Personal shopper, personal assistant. I think that would be a fantastic use of AI.
Yeah. Or, hey, I do want the brick by brick force.
Yeah.
My budget is X.
Yep.
Please surf the internet until you find notify me when it has reached my price. When it reaches that price, send me a notification, and then if I want to buy it, you have all my information. Go buy it for me, right? Like again, a cool. That's one of the biggest questions we get. Is like, hey, where can I find X? That would I think be super cool, or you know, match this outfit.
I think that's something that is needed because I spend so much time. I have my saved searches on eBay. You know, and if it just pops into my head, I'm like, oh yeah, let me see if they have any more of like my size, like for the price that I want it for.
But the internet's a big place. That's, you know,
it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that AI has the processing power to do that.
Oh yeah.
But I think the issue runs into the environmental impact that, I get shamed all the time by my tennis players for using ChatGPT because they're like, oh, it like kills a tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
look, an expert, my understanding of that is maybe it's a little overdone as far as like, the energy in the world and just, the things that we do on this planet to pick it up. It's just
Yeah,
It's like the plastic straws. It's like the plastic straws thing. Like, no, we're not gonna hold like these huge corporations accountable. But
look, I don't want to hear anyone's AI energy take unless you are recycling everything, composting everything, and sorting every single piece of trash you got, and you're reusing your plastic Ziploc. Like it's just
like like so many single-use plastics in my tennis players' bags, like, and they're talking to me about using Chat GPT.
I'm not having that one, kids.
So. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, the idea of AI, I kind of embrace. I know a lot of people are just like they hate it. They're. I think it's more it's more of the unknown. I think that's what it is. I think that scares people and that creates hate. But I mean, as a person that's always on the go, man, I enjoy it because like just like having Siri. Having my headphones in, I'm like, hey Siri, set an alarm. Or, hey Siri, call this person. But like, because I'm always on the go, I don't really have time to be looking down at my phone and stuff like that. And that's how I use AI. Like, it's not doing anything critical for me. It's just kind of like the small things that like can save me 2 or 3 minutes. You know,
yeah, it can be a great tool, but it cannot be a replacement. As soon as it's a replacement,
yeah, that's the issue.
Then your brain.
That's when you run. That's when you run into a problem. That's when you wake up and you don't know what to do. You gotta open the phone and like, hey, what am I supposed to do today? Then we got an issue.
I think it's very safe to say in the next 5 years, what's going to stand out is people and things that are authentic and organic and not generated. There might be a weird stretch where people have a hard time differentiating or maybe don't care and are okay with it, but it will prevail when like. It's very obvious 95% of people are just generating their ideas and their content and their script and their editing. And then the 5% are like, yo, no, I'm actually a tastemaker. I actually have a vision or an idea that's authentic or unique. That shit will stand out through and through because everyone else is just going to be generated garbage. Again, will be a weird stretch where no one's going to know what from what. But I think authenticity will prevail at the end of the...
Yeah. I have tried, when I was like in a content creating slump. Now I just don't even try, but I would put in the Chat GPT, like, I need fresh ideas for sneaker content creation. These are the type of sneakers I like. This is what I like to talk about. And then everything was just like, do a sneaker review, do an unboxing, like do this. And I'm just like, nah, it's
hard though. Like how many different ways can we, within sneakers create different content?
Right.
It's limiting, right? Like it's going to require a lot of brain power to come up with something unique and interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just focused on teaching tennis now. My job in this podcast. That's it.
Yeah. A mental break from it all, right? That's why we do anything outside of our normal office hours.
Exactly.
Right. Just to let you feel something a little different, right, and keep you fresh.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's get into the showcase shoe. Morgan, you want to go first? I'm gonna switch it up. You want to go first? Today?
I do. So, I was gonna bring shoes that I had with me on my honeymoon, but I decided since Michael Madsen passed away. I would bring out the Sidewinder. I think these are the GT Cools. So Michael Madsen, he played Sidewinder in Kill Bill, amongst other roles as well. And he passed away, I think, 3-4 days ago from when we're shooting this. So I thought I'd bring out the Extra Butter Asics Sidewinder GT Cool.
Beauties.
Yep. So I have the Copperheads. I'd like to get the rest of the Death 5. Yeah, Death 5 pack.
Yeah.
The Kill Bill pack from Extra Butter. But that's what I brought today.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next. Again, as you guys have been watching, y'all know that when I showcase my shoe, it's a shoe that you forgot about or you didn't know about. Or you forgot about. And with the newfound hype for these Nerdwar SBs, and how everybody think they're so fire. I just wonder why the Coming to America Blazer Dunks did not do well. And to me, it's pretty much the same shoe. It even has the hat that the Dunks are inspired by, but you know, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how well they. I mean, I'm curious to see what they'll end up being. I know they're gonna do well, but I just want to see.
Nardwar's a legend. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like. I mean, if you love the shoe so much, I just want people to admit that you love the shoe because of the person and the idea behind it, not the actual shoe. You know. Because the concept has been done
fair,
over and over again.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair to like a shoe because of the person rather than just the shoe. I mean, the Run the Jewels SB, right? Like, I like Killer Mike, so I got the Run the Jewels SBs. Like, I don't.
So why there's so much hate behind people loving Travis Scott's? Uh-oh.
Huh?
I think. Look, it's just because it's just a lot of people lost. They don't even like the thing for what it is. Like, I know plenty of people who just like Travis Scott's because Travis Scott's cool, not because they like Travis Scott or the shoe. It's just like the shoe.
The idea of liking Travis Scott is what they're going for.
It's fair to say that the de facto sneaker release on any year is going to be a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low right now, right? And a lot of people chase that because it's worth money and they can resell it, and a lot of people chase it because that is, quote unquote, the de facto number 1 shoe. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters to them other than they want to be cool, and that's kind of where some of that comes from. Colorways are getting worse, but
I agree.
The fragment pair is just so bad to me, but that's not a conversation. We'll stop there.
And I mean, to be clear, Flex, I don't like Travis Scott's music. Not a big Travis Scott fan. I liked Al Faro, but after that, not a big fan.
I do not own a single pair of Travis Scott's because I got rid of all the pairs I had after I found out how severe the backdooring was out of that operation, that I wanted nothing to do or support anything coming from that guy's camp. Whether he knows about it or not, I don't care. It is what's wrong. If there's one thing that's wrong with sneaker culture, it's that. And I'm not giving him my money. So I sold everything.
I just have the first pair of lows.
Got rid of them.
Yeah, I don't own a pair either, and definitely after the Astro World documentary that I seen.
Yeah,
definitely.
I did not watch that, but
I definitely,
I didn't think he was going to be able to recover. But go ahead, show us what you got, Dejan.
Last summer, we did an activation for Jordan Brand and Spike Lee for Doing the Right Thing in New York City. These are the Do the Right Thing 35th anniversary Spizikes, 100 pairs. We gave away 10, 15 pairs, I can't remember, around New York City in a scavenger hunt. And Spike Lee and Jackson Lee signed my pairs.
Wow.
These are dirty and beat and not wide foot friendly. My feet were killing me wearing these for 3 days. I don't know if I'll ever wear them again because I just hurt my feet. But this is obviously super cool. But even if they were not...
That's a showcase shoe.
Yeah, even if they weren't limited to 100 or weren't signed, they would still be something special to me because that was a really cool moment for us and a really cool thing we got to do. And Spike was great. Jackson was great. It was a really cool activation and obviously even better signed and everything. But
absolutely.
That is a grail of mine now.
Yeah, that's incredible.
About? We got email 4 days before the event saying, "Can you do this in New York City?" And I hopped on a red eye and we did it.
Hey,
that is fantastic.
Shout out to Jordan Brand. They needed us to execute and respect what we do.
Yeah,
so they asked us to help, and it was a pleasure to do it. It was a whole lot of fun. We ran around New York City and Brooklyn hiding shoes, and people on bikes were chasing us, and like this girl went to like 4 locations and was late every single time and missed out.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. There's the video is on YouTube and our Instagram if anyone wants to watch it, but it's
I'll drop the link below in the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta go check that out myself.
I mean, it's the what anniversary of Do the Right Thing? It's must have come out 35th anniversary. I'm still trying to get Flex to watch the whole movie. He hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, you got
bits and pieces.
It's fantastic.
It's sad in the sense that it was 35 years ago, and you're just kind of like, shit.
Like we didn't learn anything from this.
We didn't learn anything as a culture. I mean, we did again, but it's a generalization because I'm speaking in generalizations. It's like, fuck. Really, we couldn't have evolved. Like, we really couldn't have evolved as just in general. It's really sad. Really sad. But yeah. Great movie. Timeless movie. Timeless movie still. Come on, man. You gotta sit down and watch it now. It's like,
I mean,
I might check it out.
You have to, because
Morgan been trying to get me to watch the movie since what? Like episode 1?
Yeah.
ever since he found out I had to do the right thing 3s, he been on me about it.
Well, it's like a juxtaposition of like, I mean, there's sneaker culture, and that's, in the movie, the scene with the 4s, Bo Jackson's, it's got, I mean, all these fantastic actors in the movie, and then it speaks on social issues that we're still dealing with today. It's a perfect combination of all those things. So
I'll check it out. Morgan know I got a love-hate relationship with Spike Lee joints.
Is that what it is? With who?
Well, Spike Lee joints. That's what he calls his movie. Spike Lee joints.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but Dejan, we appreciate you hopping on, sitting down, taking time out your busy day to talk sneakers and SoleSavy with the Soul Brothers podcast. Any closing remarks?
Obviously, if you're listening and have not heard of SoleSavy or have not checked us out behind, the walls, SoleSavy.com, 1V, SoleSavy everywhere on social media. We're just trying to do some good for the culture and pave a lane for people who love shoes. So definitely check it out.
Yes. I want to second that. Please check out SoleSavy. Seems like your mission, like you said, is to make collecting sneakers enjoyable and a fun space for everybody, and make it easy and stress-free. And I think that's kind of our mission here is to, we think sneakers are for everybody. And we want it to be easy to enjoy the culture as well. So, we appreciate you hopping on with us. Please check out SoleSavy.
Yeah. Amen. I appreciate you guys.
As I always say, love, peace, and sneakers.
Soul Brothers. Soul Brothers. Retro 7, retro 3s, Metallic 7, retro 11, sitting on freeze. They got